pithy title. More details coming in right now in our breaking news. The Wall Street Journal reporting tonight that the Obama administration shipped $400 million in cash to the Iranians. We're talking big piles of bills. They made sure it wasn't in U.S. currency. We'll get to why. At the very same time, Iran completely coincidentally was releasing 4 Americans who had been held hostage. We have new reaction from the White House just breaking, and we've got the details on this story you'll be hearing a lot about tomorrow. Also tonight.
Welcome everyone to the House of More Politics. You know, this is why I do what I do. This is why I've gotten into posting on YouTube, because I have to explain to some people out there who are misinformed, who may not understand or know exactly what's going on. Now, Megyn Kelly just announced some breaking news. But this news is not breaking. This news had been in the making. See that rhyme?
Yeah, you're a poet.
And you know it.
Back in January. President Obama announced this back in January. And even though I'm not going to put in there her explanation on why the president shipped it in foreign currency, I will tell you, it's because Iran does not have access to international electronic banking. He couldn't just wire the money because of all the sanctions that's put on them. They don't have access to the world electronic system of banking. So they had to take cash. But why not American currency, you say? Simple. Well, America has sanctions on Iran. We can't do monetary transactions with Iran. So we had to put the money in foreign currency. Now, what you have to research is it lawful or legal for the president to buy the money with our currency before he convert it to francs or whatever to give it to Iran? But let's go back to January and listen to the president talk about the deals.
Good morning. This is a good day because once again we're seeing what's possible with strong American diplomacy. The United States has never been afraid to pursue diplomacy with our adversaries. And as president, I decided that a strong, confident America could advance our national security by engaging directly with the Iranian government. First, yesterday marked a milestone in preventing Iran from obtaining a nuclear weapon. Iran has now fulfilled key commitments under the nuclear deal. And I want to take a moment to explain why this is so important. Over more than a decade, Iran had moved ahead with its nuclear program, and before the deal, it had installed nearly 20,000 centrifuges that could enrich uranium for a nuclear bomb. Today, Iran has removed 2/3 of those machines. Before the deal, Iran was steadily increasing its stockpile of enriched uranium, enough for up to 10 nuclear bombs. Today, more than 98% of that stockpile has been shipped out of Iran, meaning Iran now doesn't have enough material for even one bomb. Before, Iran was nearing completion of a new reactor capable of producing plutonium for a bomb. Today, the core of that reactor has been pulled out and filled with concrete, so it cannot be used again. Before the deal, the world had relatively little visibility into Iran's nuclear program. Today, international inspectors are on the ground, and Iran is being subjected to the most comprehensive, intrusive inspection regime ever negotiated to monitor a nuclear program. Inspectors will monitor Iran's key nuclear facilities 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. For decades to come, inspectors will have access to Iran's entire nuclear supply chain. In other words, if Iran tries to cheat, if they try to build a bomb covertly, we will catch them. Now that Iran's actions have been verified, it can begin to receive relief from certain nuclear sanctions and gain access to its own money that had been frozen. I want to also point out that by working with Iran on this nuclear deal, we were better able to address other issues. When our sailors in the Persian Gulf accidentally strayed into Iranian waters, that could have sparked a major international incident. Some folks here in Washington rushed to declare that it was the start of another hostage crisis. Instead, we worked directly with the Iranian government and secured the release of our sailors in less than 24 hours. And this brings me to a second major development. Several Americans, unjustly detained by Iran, are finally coming home. In some cases, these Americans faced years of continued detention, and I've met with some of their families. On the sidelines of the nuclear negotiations, our diplomats at the highest level, including Secretary Kerry, used every meeting to push Iran to release our Americans. I did so myself in my conversation with President Rouhani. After the nuclear deal was completed, the discussions between our governments accelerated. In a reciprocal humanitarian gesture, 6 Iranian Americans and 1 Iranian serving sentences or awaiting trial in the United States are being granted clemency. And these individuals were not charged with terrorism or any violent offenses. They're civilians, and the release is a one-time gesture to Iran, given the unique opportunity offered by this moment and the larger circumstances at play. The third piece of this work that we got done this weekend involved the United States and Iran resolving a financial dispute that dated back more than 3 decades. Since 1981, after our nations severed diplomatic relations, we've worked through an international tribunal to resolve various claims between our countries. The United States and Iran are now settling a long-standing Iranian government claim against the United States government. Iran will be returned its own funds, including appropriate interest, but much less than the amount Iran sought. For the United States, this settlement could save us billions of dollars that could have been pursued by Iran, so there was no benefit to the United States in dragging this out. With the nuclear deal done, prisoners released, the time was right to resolve this dispute as well.
All right. Should I even do a video? It was right there back in January. The reason why nobody's making a big fuss about it now or then is because there was nothing to fuss about then. Now with the election going on, with it happening now we can discuss because come on, I mean it's bad timing, Mr. President, for you to send that boatload of cash over there, and at the same time those hostages are being released. That was just bad logistics, and I was a logistics guy. That's just bad logistics. But it was out there. It was out there for the American public to see, way back in January. Why is this so important now? Because it's the election, because we're close, we got our nominees. They want to blame Secretary of State Clinton and President Obama for this. But there's nothing to argue about because guess what? If it wasn't, like now, who handles the money for the American people? The House of Representatives. Every bill starts in the House. So the House handles the purse strings. The president doesn't have the authority to release funds. Who's gonna release those funds? They were all okay with this. Otherwise, I guarantee you that money would have left. So there you have it. It was out there. So watch what happens tomorrow and for the rest of the week, if not the rest of the election cycle, they're gonna come out and say we paid for those hostages. Knowing that America does not negotiate with terrorists and we do not give money to hostages. Well, in hostage situations. So, hey, I don't even need to do a video. Go back and watch now. I'm gonna link the entire interview on my at the bottom of the description, so you can go watch the full video. But hey, there it is right there. And then I will have you go back because I don't want to make this too long. I'm already at 2 minutes right now for this, and this is going to stretch for about 10 minutes. But I want you to go back and look at what the press secretary is saying about the whole thing. Go back and watch this interview today, August 3rd. All right, so hey, look, watch the video. I don't have to do anything right now. This stuff just, hey. Yeah, one of my little mans wanted to come play with me. Don't touch that. He want to come play with me. But hey, go back and watch the videos if you don't believe what I'm saying. Get it from the horse's mouth. Get it from the president's mouth. What more can I say, guys? Hey, Like the videos, subscribe to the videos. Let me know what you guys want to talk about. The news is popping off, so I'm just putting out videos damn near every day now. So, hey, until the next video, guys, peace.